Funk soul rubber. Funk soul rubber. Check it out now. Funk soul rubber. About now. Funk soul rubber. Check it out now. Funk soul rubber. About now. Funk soul rubber. Check it out now. Funk soul rubber. About now. Funk soul rubber.
If you're alive and breathing and here in Houston, Texas for one hell of a poetry show, can I hear you make some motherfucking noise? Man, let me see if y'all are paying attention. Let's do a little call and response. I say Mike, you say check, say Mike. Mike. I say re, you say spec, say re. Re. I say bars, you say fest, say bars. Bars. Can we make some noise for Barsfest, everyone? Yeah. So for those of you who this is your first Barsfest, you're like, I don't know what the hell this is or what's about to happen. Neither do I. I think that's kind of the beauty of Barsfest. So with Barsfest, we have 3 different matchups every time we do it. You will never see these matchups again. And these poets may not even do these poems this way ever again. So one thing that makes this show super special is there's nothing done the same way twice, you feel me? And so the way I kind of like to look at it is a poetry potluck. These poets are prepared 3 different meals for you each, across 3 different rounds. It's going to be 18 poems. But it's a competition like any good potluck is. They may not say it, but we all know who makes the best dish. You feel me? And more isn't always better. And less isn't always enough. So these poets have prepared these dishes for our judgment tonight. And the way it's going to work is I want to introduce the poets first. So one of our matchups competing tonight, we have C.P. Mays versus Sean Barker. Can we make some noise for them? Yeah. And I'm really excited about that matchup because it's my OGs, okay? And the thing with OGs is you don't really see them in competitions anymore, or as much, or as often. And I want to make games, poetry games, like verbal competitions where those OGs come back because I miss hearing my favorite poems on the best stages. So thank y'all so much for coming. Sean, thank you for coming here all the way from North Carolina. I appreciate you, man. Our second matchup this evening is going to be Tella versus Kari Janae. Can we show them some love? Yeah. So these poets, you're going to see these 2 poets come up on stage, and I'm going to tell you something about them. In Houston right now, they got a lot of motion. All right, people know about Kari Janae and Tella. The best way to describe them is they're taking your bookings, poets. So make sure you stay on it. These 2 are taking your bookings. You're in for a treat. And our third and final matchup, can we show some love for Dragon Prophet versus Rob the God? Yeah. I'm really excited about this matchup. 2 young, very energetic poets. They're coming for your bookings, all of them. So this matchup is they're coming for your bookings. Can we give it up for all of our matchups? Yeah. Hell yeah. So here's how it's going to work. We've done random draws. We have 1 poet in each matchup representing the red side. We have a poet on the other side representing the red side. I'm going to call them both up to the stage. We're going to do a coin flip. We're going to find out who goes first and second. They're both going to perform in the same amount of time. Poets have 4 minutes to perform an original work. Every poet has the same amount of time. If they do go over, there is a time penalty. Can we boo the time penalty? Yeah. Ooh, fuck that shit. It's such a buzzkill. But can we make some noise for going home on time? Yeah, that's why we have the time penalty. We got to go home on time. People got work tomorrow morning. And so how the time penalty is going to work is from the time I call the name and sit down, I'm going to start this clock. Okay? The poets will have 4 minutes to perform their original work, doing whatever they want to do. Like I said, this is limitless what they bring to the stage. If the poets want to sing, they can sing. If they can have music, they can bring props, they can wear costumes, they can rap, they can tear each other into tiny little pieces if they choose to do so. They can compliment each other and lift each other up. They can do different themes, they can do catalog, they can do new poems. We have no idea. Only they know what they're bringing to the stage. So after each poet performs, I'm going to call them back up to the stage. Then my judges, can we wave the flag, see where you're at? They are all here. Can we give it up for all my judges being here and present? Yeah. Please be kind to them, even if you disagree. You know what I mean? We use our words. So our first judge this evening, Judge Reed, where you at? Where are you at? Judge Reed is over here in the middle. When I asked Judge Reed why she was qualified to be a judge, she said, because I'm an artist. Can you make some noise if you're also an artist and in this room right now? Thank you, Judge Reed. My next judge, Judge Drea, where are you at? There's Judge Drea over there in the back. When I asked Judge Drea why she was qualified to be a judge, she said, I'm a songwriter, performing artist, rapper, and I've gone multi-platinum for songwriting. Woo! Look, poets, fuck around, you might get a feature. So give it up for Judge Drea. And our last and final judge this evening, Judge Shondell, where you at? I got Shondell right here to my left. And when I asked Shondell why he was qualified to be a judge, he said, I write all my music. I wrote 24 songs in the last year. Yeah, you can clap for that. Show love, congratulations. And actually, Shondell and Drea will be performing at Poetry and R&B right here at Rudyard's on the 5th Tuesday of this month. So make sure you come check them out. Yeah, you can show them love and clap. Shondell dropping his new album. Give it up for that. Yeah. So I'm going to bring the poets back up to the stage. These judges will raise either a red flag if they like the red poet or a yellow flag if they like the yellow poet. Whichever poet gets the most flags, they will win a token. Our token for tonight is a king-size Kit Kat bar. The reason we use a king-size Kit Kat bar as a token is because it's a bar made up of more bars. So the poet with the most tokens at the end of the night will win their matchup and bragging rights for the rest of the year. So that's how Barsfest is going to work. We're going to call the poets up. They're going to go round after round after round. We're going to judge them, and we're going to find out who our winners are tonight. Are y'all ready to get this show started? Yeah. Does anyone here know what a bar is? Yeah? Bar, yeah, you can take shots from a bar. So bar is really potent language, right? So like when Zach Blunt says, do you know how hard it is having fun and being woke at the same time? That's a bar. Because it is fucking hard to have, yeah, if you're trying to be conscious. Or, rest in peace to this poet. We lost a great poet in the community by the name of Andrea Gibson. And so Andrea Gibson has a bar, and that bar is, the doctor tells me I feel too much. I say, so does God. That's why you can see the Grand Canyon from the moon. So that's a bar. And when we come together, we honor poets like that. And we celebrate what it is to be human. Because they don't get to get on a microphone and have fun like this everywhere in the world. So in the places we can, we need to celebrate it and embrace it. You feel me? What else is a bar? When Olivia Rodrigo says, it took you 2 weeks to go off and date her. I know you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. That's a bar. So, but bar doesn't just have to be a short line. It can be a poem that's so profound, resonates in you to your core, something you will never forget. Maybe it changes the way you view something, or maybe it opens your eyes to something you couldn't see before. So our job is to embrace all the bars and celebrate the language that's happening tonight. But that's enough of a prequel about the show, you feel me? Are y'all ready to get Barsfest started? Yeah? Our first matchup, coming to the stage, repping the red side. Y'all put your hands together for Rob, the God. And facing off against Rob, the God, repping the yellow side. Y'all put your hands together for Dragon Prophet. So I got the token of fate in my hand. If it lands on heads, red gets to decide if they want to go first or second. If it lands on tails, yellow gets to decide if they want to go first or second. We're going to flip the coin. Tails. Dragon Prophet. He elects to go first. Y'all put your hands together. Coming to the microphone right now for Dragon Prophet.
Man, my first rhyme was like the in the beginning permitted the vision for me to see clear, and my first line was light, like the kind of energy equal to the MC squared. Be aware, I'm out of practice. I feel so antiquated in this space of touching bass, running plates, doing backflips. I'm not as passionate or active in the race, though the traction has been amazing. And as happy as it makes me, I'm saddened just to think of all the costs we've been accosted in this lofty adaptation. At its basis, all too often vindicated, patterns of consequences dissolve in its inspiration. I know we all get lost in the matrix. The only shame is getting lost to your nature. It took face to face with the interface I created prior to acknowledging my improper in operation. Got him contemplating motive to capture motion, questioning if the path I've been on was maybe the wrong one. I was listening to Nipsey in a moment of zoning. I went through every emotion. As I was listening to Nip, I went through every emotion. I was listening in the moment of zoning. I was listening through every emotion. I went through every emotion. As I was listening to Nip, I went through every emotion. As I was sitting in my fusion, disillusion, endued to do this music, I refuse to do it stupid. If the game isn't sustainable, security is futile. I got kids to feed today. I can't be playing with they food and reassessing my direction. Reflected resolution, drew connection out of presence by his resonant infusion. Since the beginning, truly gifted him in his use for God's design and finding problems and configuring solutions. This just cruising through the dissonant confusion. Still in diligent pursuit of the rivers of living water for refreshing every rhythm in his movements till his witness, giving spirit and in truth different fruits of sacrificing every day for letting go, accepting all the charges for the pain I set in motion. As I was listening to Nipsey and collecting my focus, I went through every emotion. As I was listening to Nip, I went through every emotion. I was listening in the moment of zoning. I was listening through every emotion. I went through every emotion. As I was listening to Nip, I went through every emotion. As I was. You gotta be light to see light. Strange as that may be, I know a lot of us don't believe until we get the chance to see light. I had to see it for myself. I can't even placate to some standard of precognition or nothing of the sort. It's just really sort of this divine ordinance. Hold up. My ascension was like awakening from the scariest nightmare I've experienced. to everything I ever dreamed about. Peace.
That was Dragon Prophet. And facing off against Dragon Prophet right now, come to the stage. Y'all give it up for Rob, the God.
Life is a movie. You can control it with a click. Life is a movie. You can control it with a click. To rewind, back to the beginning, to find Adam, distract him with a tap, and then give him one of them black mama slaps. This hurt me more than it hurt you. But you better not do that. Then turn back to save Eve, right before she calls the order to Christmas, and take heed of the forbidden gift. I'ma mush her lips and say, witch, you better move from this tree before I make one of these branches a switch. She really gonna thank me later. My mama told me giving birth to this head hurts 10 times more than this stick. And if she don't feel that pain, that period won't miss. And I would hate to have cramps in the bloody cootie cat wild piss, but luckily, I got this. But that snaky serpent gonna have to meet this fist. Knock him off his feet before God did. Unfortunately, I don't have that remote. So I'm out of luck. Stuck like Chuck in a marriage of sin. Warfare I was born in. Now I have to follow a script just to remember what I believe in. I was acting like I knew my role to play in an honorable team of beings that see the low-hanging fruit and don't feed. I mean, Twitter before the X had all the peaches. Nick the Ring, Bella from Georgia, and Alberta. Getting smashed to their cream. I was far from pescatarian. Beating meat like ain't no fishes up in the sea. Even though the dating pool was filled with catfish and Hennessy. I still managed to pop my first cherry before 15. Some call that fast. But back then, that's how I like my women and food. Hungry for the worldly things on the menu, like a Sprite with a number 2. Then smashed in the McDonald's restroom like it was a kissing booth. Even had a fight over a girl from another school. Turns out I wasn't the only one Big Macing her. With a French kiss goodbye, I was fried and put to the side. But I wasn't tripping. I had porn. I had corn where I reside. It's normal, they say. It's healthy, they say. So I grabbed that pre-bitten apple, typed in search sites looking for relief, and downloaded shame. My screen became edible, my dopamine chemical. Twice a night in high school, shit, lost count in the summer. To anxiety rose. My body stayed low-key without hoodies and AirPods. I felt naked, and I didn't want to be seen. What I was consuming started consuming me. To anxiety rose. My body stayed low-key without hoodies and AirPods. I felt naked, and I didn't want to be seen. My personality lost weight. My lust was the nutty professor. Like fuck sex ed, real life felt better. Ironically, in college, I learned how to fast and pray. 100 days of no fast started changing my ways, mentally focused, physically stronger, spiritually driven, to be the grand organized designer y'all see today. And when I wanted fruit to grow, I learned to plant seeds. And now my rib is carrying my seed while growing with me. I beat lust. Now I'm shaking the other 6 deadly sins till they leave. Because that apple didn't fall too far from the tree.
That was Rob the God. Can I get both Rob the God and Dragon Prophet back up to the stage?
Yeah.
Before we get to it, can we give it up to both of these poets for that round? Yeah. All right, judges, y'all are gonna let us know who you think won that round. Was it Rob the God or Dragon Prophet? Dragon Prophet on the yellow side, Rob the God on the red side. Let me see those flags up in 3, 2, 1. Flags up. That round goes to Rob the God. Damn the flags. Give it up to the poet. What we think about our first round? Yeah. Yeah, I should have probably done this sooner, but I'm gonna let you know that you can actually interact to the poems. Okay, so if the poem speaks to you, moves you to do so. All right, you can snap. Can we hear what snapping sounds like? Can we snap like we've been to a poetry room before? Yeah, put some feeling into those snaps. Thank you. You can clap. Can we hear what clapping sounds like? That sounds like a Monday night clap. Can I hear what a Tuesday night clap here sounds like? That's what I'm talking about. And sometimes energy, love, support sound like a hell yeah. If the poem moved you to do so, react accordingly. Audience, are you ready to get into the next round? Hell yeah, all right. Representing the red side, coming up to the stage right now. Y'all put your hands together for Kari Janae. And facing off against Kari, repping the yellow side, y'all put your hands together for Tella. All right, y'all, I got the token of fate in my hand. I'm gonna flip it. Damn. I see it. It's tails. That means yellow gets to decide if they want to go first or second. Tella? Tell it first. Coming up to the mic right now. Y'all put your hands together for Kari Janae.
I got a freaky question. If you can give your assault a title for a porno, what would it be? Gee, just the question that turned me on, let me think. Something along the lines of his POV, I can get off to his story that I liked it. Make that my narrative and become the playwright to my own trauma, drama, cause calling it rape would be dramatic. When I can make it pornographic, because isn't that what all playwrights do to rape victims on television? I can make that game of 21 questions turn to a game of 13 reasons, convincing myself why I should no longer occupy this body, but this body. Beaten to a state of percussion in the bass of his groans, music to my ears is my favorite form of escapism. To make it all disappear, maybe if I pretend a camera was in the room, then I could wear the hashtag #MeToo as a costume and play victim for the likes and views for the sadists who get off to watching my abuse. Oh wait, that's happened too. But that time I wasn't cosplaying. Now anytime I'm bent over with my head down, I can't help but look around for a trap phone, because I'm still trapped in his phone. And now I have this fear for backshots. For fear they may want hold of this back shot. I guess it's not sexual assault when it's just eyes touching you that were never supposed to. Must have been exactly what he was thinking with his dick. Maybe I should be grateful and take no offense, since legally that is a smaller offense. I had no problems with porn until I was forced to identify with it. I even tried making my own shit to make me feel I had control of my body, but it only made me feel controlled by my body. I was verbally consenting to a man my body was rejecting, ignoring my body language. Now I'm not giving my body language. Now I'm no better off than my rapist. Hypersexualizing myself, questioning if I'm a masochist, how I let my silence sound like a language barrier. I guess I'm not that fluent in consent either. Lost in translation as I turn myself on, turn off the memory while letting his ideologies rub off on me. I'm coming to his conclusion that my experience was just a delusion. I'll imagine my nose being slurred into moans like how the girls do in XX videos, so I can picture it the way he remembered it. Because that just seems a little easier than forgetting it. And although I've forgotten his name, my body remembers everywhere he's been, and I I wish his record was as dirty as it felt living in my skin, because getting away with robbing bodies should be a sin. Perhaps this is what they meant by sexual liberation, because I recall only him being left feeling free in my body, but I can't say the same for me. But I'd be a lie if I said it didn't help, playing it back from his POV.
That was Kari tonight, repping the red side. Facing off against Kari right now, repping the yellow side. Y'all put your hands together for Tella.
Boogeyman, boogeyman, where are you? Don't put me in the grave, it's too soon. Boogeyman, boogeyman, where are you? Unchain this beast, stop turning me blue. Boogeyman, boogeyman, I found you. I closed my eyes, you're there too. Boogeyman, boogeyman, I see you. I see you. When I open my eyes in the dark, there's no more nice disguise. Only wails and screeching cries that I disguise as laughter, quick chatter, compliments and flatters, so no one feel bad for me. Cause when I step out on the scene, I smile, I hug, I wave, I love, I'm told I'm so happy. They didn't know about the pills on the dresser, ready to overdose to feel better, or the razor I put against my skin, covered up with baggy jeans and a cute sweater. I'm surprised I'm alive. I think next time I'll write a letter. I had the rope tied on Tuesday, but had family dinner on Wednesday, and I don't want them to worry about me, so I pushed it back to Thursday. Repressed emotions turned me into a monster. Now I feed off the pain, but believing I'm only good for the joy I brought you. I lied to you. When you asked me how I was doing, I said good. Even though this morning I thought about putting my feet to the wood to see how high I could fly. But who would pick my child up from practice if I die? I be scared of horror movies because I found out I'm living in one. I be timid around guns, not for what you can do to me, but what I can do with it. I feel you out for love, so I don't have to feel my pain over and over again. Death feels like perversion. The thoughts quicken before they worsen. So I stay out all night, so I don't gotta go home and close the curtains. I was only 9 when that emotional disturbance found me. Each step creaked underneath my feet. A tan rope hung from the top of the ceiling. My mother in a pink muumuu on top of the chair staring back at me. I wonder what would have happened if I would have stayed outside to keep playing. My unhealed trauma taunts me because when I'm alone, this monster puts my pain on a mental screen until it gets to me, like it got to her and to him and everybody who harmed themselves in their own skin. And all the world would say is, she was so bubbly. I don't know what happened. He was so lovely. I'm the strong friend, so I humbly never tell them I'm a victim of the pain that keeps hacking my nervous system. So I'll keep it all together for now until I put my key into the door and my negative thoughts come to even the score. With scary melodies they silently sing. Boogeyman, boogeyman, where are you? The melodies kinda have a ring. I'm not sure if I can give this life another try. With the razor in my hand as I softly cry, wondering if this is the night I... Let's go.
That was Tella. Can I get both Tella and y'all give it up to those poets for an amazing round. All right, judges, y'all get to let us know if you thought it was Tella on the yellow side or Kari Janae on the red side. Listen, I'm color challenged. All right, so y'all are gonna let us know if it's Tella on the yellow side, or if it was Kari on the red side. Judges, let me see those flags. 3, 2, 1, flags up.
Yellow. Excuse me, sir. We're waiting, sir.
All right, that round goes 2 flags and 1 to yellow. Damn the flags, give it up for the poet. Are y'all ready to get into our third round of matchups? Yeah, awesome. Coming to the stage, repping the red side, y'all put your hands together for Sean Barker. And repping the yellow side, coming up to the stage, y'all put your hands together for C.P. Mays. I got the token of fate. I'm gonna try to keep it on the stage. It is tails. Yellow. Would you like to go first or second? Yellow defers. We're building energy. We're showing love. Coming up first to this microphone for C. For Sean Barker.
They call men dogs, and I'm definitely a dog. The more you withhold love from a dog, the more loyal and obedient he becomes, desperate for affection and eager to please. And I've spent years begging for the attention of women who wouldn't notice if I played dead. Women who only call for a cash app or when they want me to fetch them some food. And I try to tell myself I'm not that dude. But when it comes to women, they quickly discover my demand for mutual respect is all bark, no bite. For I've made myself into a freeway to be run over in the name of love that does not exist. And I promise I'm not out here in these streets chasing tail or just hoping they'll throw me a bone. See what I did there? Yeah. I'm trying to find a woman who feels like home. They say choose people who choose you. But instead I choose people who would go to great lengths to make me feel guilty for choosing myself. And so I never choose myself. I just pray the ones who have my loyalty and devotion also have my well-being at heart. Hoping one day this dog will have his day in the sun, and yet I Icarus my way through relationships and come crashing down into what I thought was a sea of love, only to find myself drowning in the undertow of a river of deceit. It's been said, if someone is feeding you crumbs, it's because you're eating them. I've made meals of them. It's hard not to fill up on crumbs when the alternative is to starve, but now I leave trails behind for fear of losing sight of my self-respect. Forever fighting the instincts to react like a wounded animal when all I want is someone to greet at the door and shower with kisses as if it'd been months since they last returned home. And I've been digging deep for the courage to run away from toxic relationships. But even now I know this confession is futile. For at the slightest hint of affection, one call of my name and I'll come running home. So I may as well put back the skeletons, unearth no more until that skeleton is my own, because I'm a dog. And burying bones is all I know.
That was Sean Barker repping the red side. Facing off against him right now, coming to the microphone, repping the yellow side. Y'all give it up for C.P. May.
All right, so I have this theory that you can't truly be in love with someone unless you hate something about that ass about that much. Because it's only infatuation. You get what I'm saying? Like either they clip their nails or don't put lotion on. Like there's something minute that makes you love them. This is one of those minute I love you poems. If you ask them why pyrotechnics, they'll tell you we all start fires, right? And walk away from them and return pissed, even angry, because we destroy what we once cherished. I'm sorry. It's not an apology, it's a fact that I wear with my divorce papers. I'm no carpenter's son, but I keep placing women on pedestals that I built for them that are too fragile to hold their own weight. There are mirrors in the eyes of all of my lovers. I thought that's why I never saw them, but now I see it's why they never saw me. Dear diary, I got a habit for building beautiful relationships. Dear lover, at the first sign of a cold shoulder, I will burn what we built the fuck down. Dear God, teach me better ways to keep my heart warm, cause in a given week, I drink more than I eat. And I never met a liquor I didn't love, never met a loved one that can hold me the same way you hold on to your insecurities. I never met an insecure woman that I didn't find beautiful. And I don't know if that means that I'm beautifully broken or if it's just that my heart is beautifully broken. My first love damaged me so bad that every woman after her with a high school education can read it. And don't get me wrong, y'all, I don't carry baggage into relationships. I carry check cards with insufficient funds, so I don't have to pay deposits on another motherfucker's skeletons and closets or withdrawal fees when love leaves and runs. Dear diary, I was a hopeless romantic. Now I'm just turning tricks. Dear lover, expect me to wear a poker face the moment I can sense motherfuckers playing games. Dear God, the cruelest words in the English language have two L's in them. Like lonely, like loveless, like follow. Dear MapQuest, teach me to start following your heart, cause I'm tired of following mine and getting lost. Dear Hamlet, frailty, thy name is not woman. Frailty, I confess, I'm tired of being involved in situations that leave me loveless. Dear Darwin, I fear the future to come. Fear evolution won't hold me. God damn it, I feel being lonely. Dear Rock Bottom, I want to say thank you for everything you fucking taught me. Dear Rehab, I don't have a problem with my addiction for love. The only problem that I have is that I hang around junkies with fucking commitment issues. This ain't Nick. Whatever happened to the woman with the $1 million brain, no gag reflex, and $1 million clit? Ooh. Dear Bright Eyes, I've made love, and hell yeah, I've been fucked. But I love love, so what?
That was CP Mays repping the yellow side. Can I get both CP Mays and Sean Barker back up to the stage? Audience, can we give it up to these poets for that amazing round? Yeah. All right, judges. Y'all are gonna let us know who you think won that round. Was this Sean Barker on the red side? Was this CP Mays on the yellow side? Let me see those flags. 3, 2, 1. Flags up. 2 flags to 1. That round goes to red. Damn the flags. Give it up for the poet. Can we give it up for all the poets who graced the stage in that first round? Woo! Audience, what we think? Yeah. We about to get it heated up. Quick announcements. If y'all like this show, we're here every Tuesday. Barsfest is every third Tuesday. We also do competitions on second Tuesdays. If that's a lot of Tuesdays to remember, wanpoetry.com. Y'all can also follow us at wanpoetry.com. I started off knowing 5 people in Houston. Now we have over 500,000 followers on Instagram alone. It's because of your love, your support, and your advocacy. So give it up for yourselves for supporting poets. Hell yeah. And then we also have shows every Wednesday. So if you like poetry open mics, if open mics are something you want to participate in and share, or a show you want to check out, 5 minutes away here from here at Avant Garden every Wednesday. You can check us out over there. Next week, here on this stage, we have a Love and Heartbreak Poetry Night next Tuesday. He's making noise and being obnoxious because that's our host, LJ Hamilton, okay? Can we give it up for him? Yeah. And he reached out to an amazing feature, one of my favorite poets in Houston, Deuce. I haven't seen Deuce do a Love and Heartbreak set, so I'm very, very excited about what she's bringing to the stage. So if you like us, check us out and check out what's happening. But before we get to all those shows, we got a second round of matchups to get into. Yeah, you can clap for that. We're going to go in reverse order. The tally so far right now is we got Rob the Guy, 1-0. We got Tella, 1-0. We got Sean Barker, 1-0. So right now, Pose, this is your chance to get the edge, or this is your chance to even it up. All right? So we're going to welcome that third matchup back up to the stage, repping the yellow side. Y'all put or actually, we already know what our order is, because it's the opposite order as last time. So coming to the stage in the first matchup of the second round, repping the yellow side, y'all put your hands together for C.P. May.
This is for our daddy poem round. An open letter to my children. 2 moons and 3 suns. You will always be my sky. Read this letter when you need to be reminded of where you come from. Dad. Uncle Frank killed his first cat at 16 by throwing his body through a wood chipper. Rode around with a dead hooker in his trunk while babysitting your grandmother once. In elementary, I watched him cut up molded up candle wax to make it look like crack rock to sell. An elementary alibi to one of his lies once cost another pimp to get sliced up by a straight razor. An elementary latchkey kid, I became a man-child for murderers to give Christmas gifts to. So with no fear of consequence, I stopped asking for permission to be great. A cum laude category of prodigy and paradise and purgatory. Valet parking, my well-placed pain, pushed the pulse of my passion's pedigree on the pedestal. Exhausted lapse in judgment, left hallelujahs running around my halo so hard that God pulled groin muscles in my goddamn name. Christ came to me with the contract, said if I offered over my creative genius to him, he would keep you safe as long as I kept my art honest. I did, and I never looked back, my loves. Well kept, cleared out closet space is where the nightmares hang the skeletons from my 2 Marine Corps murder trials. First murder trials, military tribunal tested my fuck if you can judge me. Military discipline under fire. Onslow County was murder in the first degree, murder in the second degree, or involuntary manslaughter. In Saginaw, Michigan, Mike was kidnapped and held hostage in the basement for 3 days. 3 o'clock in the morning, undercover military police ran dope dogs through Bailey's barracks room. I I beat a court-martial case and rode to Spain by letting the Lord serve as my best lawyer in the fucking business. A non-commissioned officer running only with uncalled military-trained killers on the government's payroll. Continuous search and seizures as if we were slanging narcotics. We stayed subjects under investigation till little soldiers left my band of brother boys begging out with weak-ass bastards while serving time in the brig, never missing meals. With men who can make men go fucking missing. It's how my heart stayed fed. Made sure me never cut a check that my ass couldn't cash. Made me move mountains without string. Ask them how mama knows we throw more than temper tantrums over here. Ask them how I had to suggest to another killer. They didn't stop making bullets when they fucking made his sons. Watch out for street hoe supermodels, cause hood rats ain't shit. I walked war off a stage just to make sure you were here. Never forget where you're from. Sincerely yours, Dad.
That was CP Mays repping the yellow side. Facing off against CP right now. Coming to the stage repping the red side. Y'all put your hands together for Sean Barker.
Each time I tried to write this poem before, I could never find quite the right words. But a wise woman once told me never allow that to keep me from speaking my heart. So I guess I'll just start by saying, I'm an okay dad. Women often tell me I'm a great father, but I got off to a slower start than I should have. Ever present on Facebook, but spent a little too much time in the man cave. Had a passion that kept me away from my babies too long at late night rehearsals and out on the road. But when their mother and I split, along with our time, I had to put all of that aside. Because if it was going to be cut in half, I had to make that time count twice as much. And I can confidently say I've improved as a parent. Progress over perfection. I only aim to be better each day than the last, but improvement is incremental and my girls are growing up so fast. At times it's hard. I try to engage in their interests, but I will never understand ASMR. Their ears are a canyon of I love yous, yet I still manage to make an ocean of mistakes. I try to communicate. I do my best to relate to my kids and remain calm, but there are still times when my voice becomes an atom bomb, and it's funny or ironic or sad how things that serve us so well on stage can be so destructive in our relationships. I want to show my girls what to expect of a man, but still avoid the parts of the job that are the most awkward or uncomfortable or the ones that require the most work on myself. And the best thing that I can say about my ability as a parent is that I care. And the recipe for good parenting, love, is the most basic ingredient. Yet I'm so frequently heaped with praise that at times it honestly makes me feel a little uncomfortable. And not just because I struggle at accepting compliments, or because I'm all too well aware that I know how to make a social media profile look pretty, but photos of daddy-daughter dances don't mean a thing if it's all for show, and it doesn't sit well in my soul to know that fathers are given so much credit just for showing up when mothers receive so little. Forever nurturing nature, taken for granted like sunrise, and only during an eclipse do we praise the light. Only then are we reminded our seedlings don't water themselves. The bar is so low for fathers that we stumble over it. simply by signing our name to a birth certificate, get an A for attendance, and call it a good deed done. To my fellow men, yes, the present is a gift, but your presence isn't charity, it's a prerequisite. So while I truly appreciate the sentiment, I don't seek honorary shoutouts on Mother's Day simply because I pack lunches and keep extra hairbands in my console for emergency ponytails. Mothers don't need anyone stealing their shine. Their holy light has been eclipsed by the egos of men for centuries. The truth is, I'm an okay father. I appreciate you saying I'm a great one. I can only promise I'll put the work in and do everything I can to ensure that title is earned.
That was Sean Barker repping the red side. Can I get both CP Mays and Sean Barker back up to the stage? Can we clap for them? Can we clap for good dads? Yeah. All right, judges, y'all know how this works. You're gonna let us know who you think won that round. Was it Sean Barker on the red side? Was it CP Mays on the yellow side? Let me see those flags up in 3, 2, 1. Flags up. That round would have gone to CP Mays, but after a 1 flag time penalty, that round goes to Sean Barker. Damn, everyone booed the time penalty. Boo. Damn the flags, give it up for the poets. And we're going to go into our third round of matchups in the second round. Coming up to the stage, she went second last round, which means she, nope. Rewind, wrong one. Everyone say bad host. See, I got it right now, though. Going first in this round, repping the red side. Y'all put your hands together for Rob, the God.
You ain't even got a text. Knowing me and you got that mental telepathy, meet me up at the spot. I'll be sitting over.
Her breast melts on my chest like some cinnamon butter on some semi-burnt bread. Eyes up from the slumber to see these perfectly nappy locks that she sometimes dreads. Swear that she needed retwist, but I just see a natural crown instead. The perfect black and brown head that glistens off the sun. The type of shine to turn heads with a smile that have you infatuated for a while, like, wow, who your dentist? But really, she just used a little toothpaste, coconut oil peroxide 3 times a week so the breath never stink. Routine to stay clean and white like that flag that I surrendered to as. Her music taste definitely be trash. But the wagon that she dragged make any tune and any beat sound rad. She be bringing color to the gullet line with so many green flags. Like pushing me to keep faith in a vision that we don't see, but she believe it just because it's coming from me. Her divine feminine energy nurtures me like some hot tea in a cold breeze. It's like she telepathic. She be cooking without me asking. But knowing I'm hungry, big backing. Always in the mood for smothered chicken and potato salad. She hand me that plate. I say grace, giving all praise, because I don't take this blessing lightly. But she still tell me to bust some suds, because she ain't no maid, only a wifey. Shit like that sparks a power in me. If I'm the hero, she the cape that make me fly, you see. So before those closed eyes open and the sun shines and say hi, I lay by counting every second for every reason why I'm blessed to have this queen by my side. Even though I know she gonna be mad when she wake up. The fact that I ate her wing stops in the bag, she told me I can't touch. Like she thought that lemon pepper hot was gonna last. Damn, she gonna be mad. But later we gonna laugh. Cause no matter what, she know I always got her back. Like if she was trying to reach the stars, I'll be the wings that's attached. Shooting through space, but gotta stop by the moon place just to appreciate where we at. Cause no matter how low to the valley flow we go, or how high to the firmament sky, she will always have peace of mind, and His unity will reside.
That was Rob the guy repping the red side. And facing off against Rob right now, coming to the stage repping the yellow side. Y'all put your hands together for Dragon Prophet.
I got these clothes about a year ago. After I was hospitalized for suicidal ideations. So this piece is dedicated to the reasons I'm still on this stage. You see, I wanted a daughter named Trinity. Instead, God delivered me Cadence Jubilee, Harmony Jade, and Lyrically Joelle. I fathered 3 curly-haired Powerpuff Girls prior to scratching the surface of what love feels like. And this is what it feels like, the doctor's office with my oldest. Patiently waiting for news we'd already known since she was speaking in full sentences at only 2 years old. It was no mystery. She was gifted. Though what I hadn't accounted for was how a diagnosis for her meant I was about to get a revelation of my own. I said, autism sounds auspicious. I mean, certainly. Pushing 30, kind of figured I was weird ever since I was little, just not to the extent that weird meant I was literally wired different. I stopped to consider the struggle of a child's mind deciphering life from a higher dimension. Articulate with physics, just illiterate with friendship, asking daddy, what good is knowing I'm autistic if nobody else gets it? Oh, but Cadence, daddy gets it. It's the impression that my shine needed fixing is what got me screwed up. But sun-kissed child, you are the light. Your brilliance is never too much. Speaking of too much, my middle child feels a way about my smoking habit. She be like, Daddy, you need to stop smoking cigarettes. Which is nothing I hadn't heard before. Just the dissonance hits different when hearing it from Harmony, knowing the first 3 weeks of her life spent inside the hospital with her oxygen low and 16 years of trauma coping. Now my oxygen is Poe. Talk about the heavens sending a message. Too direct for you to forward. Cause she's passionate, just like daddy is, refuses to be ignored. So the journey for her and I is conquering refinement when logic won't suffice and the only reply is violence. God entrusted her with my temper. Since the Agni Kai of my ascension was for qualifying the guidance required for fire bending. I mean from basic breathing techniques to redirecting lightning with it. Baby, I smoke cause I'm afflicted. So be attentive when I say, protect the flame. The flame is sacred. It witnesses of the way which leadeth me to little Miss Lyrically J, who at the time of this poem is about 9 months old. And her smile reminds me of something my grandmother told me. It goes, God has a way of getting your attention. Because I swear the frequency of her pitches give off whispers in the spirit. You know that small, still voice. I practice stillness once I hear it, knowing that faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So when baby Lyric get to giggling, I'm reminded of the promise and the plan for us to prosper in the process. I'm reminded that I carried my cross long before ever bearing fruit, and even longer before realizing what I was bearing it to. But obedience is greater than sacrifice. If my tribulation paid for my children to be made masterminds, how the hell could I be mad at mine? Shit, if I can be honest, it's not an even exchange in the slightest, because I may have given them life, but what they gave me was the grace Jay needed to be made alive. Though at the time I wanted a daughter named Trinity. Instead, God delivered me love.
That was Dragon Prophet repping the yellow side. Can I get both Rob the God and Dragon Prophet up to the stage? Can we give it up to these poets for an incredible round? All right, judges, y'all gonna let us know who you think won that round. Was it Rob the God on the red side? Was it Dragon Prophet on the yellow side? Let me see those flags up in 3, 2, 1. Flags up. That round goes to Dragon Prophet, 2 flags to 1. Damn the flags, give it up for the poets. We'll see them in the next round for a tiebreaker. We're going to go into our third round of matchups in the second round. First up, coming to the microphone, repping the yellow side. Y'all put your hands together for Tella.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for being here. God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good.
So she asked for her last testament and will that her story be read. So if we could just take a deep breath in and breathe out. Deep breath in and breathe out. You want to hear a story about love? A concrete romantic love with white turtle doves. With gentle kisses and hugs, a lifetime of love that started with a white dress and a black tux. A white gate, a few more kids, and a dog was a plus. Well, until fate pulled the plug. She loved him. You could tell by the look in her eyes. She loved him even in the moment of her silent cries that she hid from the family with alibis, using bronzer and concealer to cover up that blackened eye. She finally admitted that he used his fists and would leave red marks around her neck when she would insist that maybe she was better off without him. She would hide. He would run. She would escape. He had a gun. The speed would increase. She'll slow down. She could feel the heat of the cold metal up against her cheek.